Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to week 5 of the NCP Nimbus. The Detroit Steelings are taking on my man OP Jellison and the Toronto Leaf Storms. If you guys are excited, show some love on that like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. You can click down below. You guys can click or tap somewhere on my face. You guys can check out last week's battle where we picked up our first Sword and Shield Draft League victory. Nowhere to go but up, baby. We're on a roll now. If you guys check that out, of course, we're gonna go full screen so you guys can go check out the merch. We got the Detroit Steel Wings hoodies available. We got the Detroit Steel Wings pillows available. We got it all available. More merch coming soon for those of you guys who have picked one up. Thank you guys so much for supporting the videos. Thank you guys. I know you guys have not, by the time you guys have seen this, uploads have been back. This is the first video I've sat down to record since my desk broke. If you guys don't know what happened, my desk broke and I had to fix it. So I had to take some time off to get everything back together, and figured to give me some time to reset and kind of give a few day buffer of getting some videos ahead in case, you know, more bad things happen. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about the lineup. My man OP has a crazy team and he's a great battler. I've used a lot of his Showdown live teams before previously on the channel. He's a great guy, makes some incredible content. If you guys like competitive Pokemon content, go over and check out his channel. Go drop him a sub. We're gonna start breaking down the teams. You guys are gonna start to see the teams appear on screen right about now, and of course there will be some text floating on screen somewhere tell you when the battle starts. And now you're going to see the teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has the Keldeo, very fast water fighting Pokemon. Dracozolt, game over. Electric Dragon hits really hard. Those new moves are really busted. Celebi, base 100s across the board, grass and psychic Pokemon. Togekiss, super thick fairy type Pokemon. And Teleon, very fast water Pokemon. He's got two really fast waters. Ditto, the ultimate counter sweeper. Golurk hits really hard and probably has Culverberry. Stonejourner, don't really know what it does. Skuntank doesn't pursuit trap anymore, so it has defog and weird mixed coverage sometimes. And Dottler, thick bug. So we're gonna start just some things to note about his team. I know I'm memeing because we're actually supposed to be playing here in about 3 minutes, but I'm memeing. Keldeo is really fast and Teleon's really fast. He's got so many hard-hitting Pokemon on that roster, as well as some potential for some incredible bulk with Pokemon like Celebi, Togekiss, Dottler. Stonejourner having an incredible 100 base HP and 135 defense, make an incredible physical wall. Very frail on the specialty defensive side. Some things to note as far as hazards go: he does have 3 stealth rockers in the form of Celebi, Golurk, and Stonejourner. He has a sticky web user in the form of Dottler. He has 2 defoggers in the form of Togekiss and Skuntank, and he has 2 clerics in the form of Celebi and Togekiss. So if I had to say the 6 that I think he's going to be bringing, Dracozolt's a huge problem. If you have Dracozolt, you bring it. There's certain Pokemon that if you draft, you bring it every week, and I don't think I've had the opportunity to draft for one of those before. So Dracozolt's going to be showing up. Keldeo is probably going to show up. Keldeo is really good in this matchup, in my opinion. The Celebi is more than likely showing up. Togekiss is more than likely going to show up. Ditto, because I have a lot of opportunity for setting up with screens and Veil, so I would anticipate Ditto to show up. And then it was really a toss-up on the last one. I could say Golurk, I could say Skuntank. I'm gonna go with Skuntank just so he's got a little bit more like reliable hazard control. He's got some dark types, so I just can't psychic spam with Jirachi. But those are going to be the 6 that I think he's bringing. Of course, when that changes, we will figure that out in team preview. But the first Pokemon we are bringing did wonders last week, so we're bringing him back again. Sub-Zero, the level 9 Tails. He is holding the Light Clay with the Snow Warning ability. Aurora Veil, Moonblast, Blizzard, and Heal Bell. 4 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in special attack, 252 EVs in speed with a timid nature. This Pokemon allows us to outpace timid Keldeo by 1 point, which is really, really well. And something I didn't know, because last week we brought Choice Specs Alola Ninetales. It was like, his Pokemon's great! Alola Ninetales without any like Life Orb setup or Choice Specs really does not hit that hard. Keldeo may not be the best example with 91 base HP and 90 special defense, but a max special attack Moonblast, stab Moonblast, super effective damage, doesn't kill it. I was blown away by that. I was blown away, but dual stab really does wonders against his team with both Moonblast and Blizzard. Aurora Veil is there, of course, to allow us to take hits better from Pokemon like Dracozolt, from Pokemon like Specs and Teleon, Nasty Plot Togekiss, Calm Mind Keldeo, Banded Golurk, things like that. And then Heal Bell's there because he could bring like the Thunder Wave sets. He can get Scald Burns. He can get a bunch of fun stuff. So there wasn't really like a fourth move that we thought about, like Nasty Plot in case all of a sudden this thing became an offensive threat. We thought about Encore. We thought about Hypnosis, Disable, Toxic, but Heal Bell ended up being the course of action there. Nothing too crazy. And because we are bringing Hail this week with Veil, we are then bringing back Blueberry, the Bear Tick. She's coming back. She is rocking the Life Orb with the Slush Rush ability. Icicle Crash, Play Rough, Brick Break, and Hail. 252 EVs in attack, 20 EVs in defense, 236 EVs in speed with a Jolly Nature. One thing to note is that we do have 29 IVs in HP to give us 169 total. So that way we are only taking 16 damage per Life Orb hit, as opposed to running any HP investment and then that going into whatever may have you. So it would have been 17 either way. So figure we'll put the 20 in defense, take the 2 out of IVs, and we'll be good to go there. As far as it goes, the coverage moves that we've got this week are incredible. Play Rough hits the Keldeo, Icicle Crash hits Dracozolt, Icicle Crash hits Celebi, Togekiss, Brick Break and Play Rough both hit Inteleon. Icicle Crash hits the Golurk, Brick Break hits Stonjourner, Icicle Crash hits Skuntank, and Icicle Crash hits Dottler. The Hail was a toss-up for the last move, really. Hail was Swords Dance, it was Power Up Punch, it was a 4th move. And we talked about it, you know, if there's an opportunity where if our opponent thinks we're going to try to reset up the Hail and tries to go for some sort of move, we can just click Hail of our own and reset our weather for whatever reason if Alolan Ninetales is not around. This Pokemon does outspeed. Let me double check my count here because that's going to be pretty beneficial to know. We top out at 110 overall. So in Hail, we are hitting 220. And I believe that is for, let me check here. I believe that was Scarf Togekiss, I believe. Let me check here. Yeah, Scarf Togekiss hits 217. The 220 allows us to outpace that. We could move around some EVs a little bit, but just in case anything else might try to creep and Scarf above that for the base 80. Skuntank, for example, a lower paced Celebi that might be Scarf to like counter speed Slush Rush Bear Tick. We've got a little bit in there right there, but that is going to be outpacing the Togetic. I'm gonna leave a note there because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Outspeed Scarf Togetic and Hail. Perfect, because otherwise Scarf Togetic goes air slash a bunch. But Hail Core was really nice, and also this week I wanted something else that might be able to take advantage of Veil as well. Being able to set up our own moves and go for that. The next Pokemon we're bringing is hidden below the Diggersby. He is rocking the Soft Sand with the huge power ability, Agility, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Body Slam. We have 4 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, 244 in speed with a Jolly Nature. The EV spread, the 4 in HP defense and special defense. If you got them, use them. They don't really have one calc one way or the other. 252 EVs in attack gives us the most bang for our buck with huge power. Soft Sand boosts our ground moves by an extra 20%. Yep, so Earthquake's hitting just that much harder. And then the 244 EVs in speed with the Jolly Nature. I thought to myself, like, what would he bring? Like, what would beat this? Like, nothing on his team outspeeds this unless he has webs up. Because Agility Diggersby a +2 with this. We're outspeeding Scarf Inteleon, which is base 120 speed as is. So we outspeed literally everything if we can get an agility up, and we just hit really, really hard with huge power. Soft Sand, he really doesn't have anything that wants to switch into an Earthquake or an Ice Punch or a Body Slam or any combination of the two, really. So we need to make sure if Ditto's gone before we click agility, because otherwise he just has a Scarf Diggersby then. So that is one thing to keep in mind there. But this is another Pokemon that appreciates being able to go for agility behind Aurora Veil and go from there. The next Pokemon on the team we are bringing is Specially Defensive Toxpack. Plague is coming back this week holding his Black Sludge and the Regenerator. Recover, Haze, Scald, and Toxic. 252 EVs in HP, 20 in defense, 236 in special defense with a Calm Nature. We are 3-hit KO'd by +2 Togekiss, and we can haze the crap out of things like Keldeo. Nasty Plot Celebi is going to hurt because it's Psychic and super effective, but Pokemon like Togekiss, Pokemon like Inteleon, Keldeo, those are really the big special threats. Celebi's going to run Psychic for this thing, but being able to haze those things down and wear him down, we've got pretty good naturally defensive typing for some of his physical threats. If he's locked in with Dracozolt into not Bolt Beak, we can take a hit. If he's locked into Bolt Beak, welp, that's all she wrote there. Toxic is really nice just to toss off because he does have a few Cleric Pokemon that would be forced to go for a Heal Bell as we go for a switch, maybe set up our Hail. prevail, get a big hit off, what have you. The pretty much nothing else to say about that. The next Pokemon on the team is our check, quote unquote, for Dracozolt. We're bringing Alexandria the Scrafty. She's coming back. She did great last week. She's rocking leftovers with the Intimidate ability. Protect, Knock Off, Drain Punch, and Rock Slide. We have 252 EVs in HP, 4 in attack, 252 in defense with an Impish nature. Scrafty was the only Pokemon that could take on Dracozolt this week. I'd anticipate Scarf Dracozolt because Banded Hustle just really doesn't make for a fun time preparing for. So Scarf Dracozolt is what I had in mind. It could be sub 3 attack as well, but this is able to get an Intimidate off. We're able to go for Protects to put a little bit more skin in the game. We can Drain Punch some recovery back as well. Protect to get a little bit more recovery. We can play around with Hustle. If he brings Volt Absorb, then it gives us a little bit of a better scenario, but not by much because it's still a really hard hitting move. But Knockoff is really spammable against his team. The removing items are going to be really great. A lot of the Pokemon on his team really don't like taking Drain Punches, quite frankly. There's a few Pokemon that can switch in on us, but we have dedicated switches to those, so not too much to say there. Rock Slide is also really nice for things like Togekiss. If he's like, oh, I'm going to set up a Togekiss in front of the Scrafty, I can get a cheeky Rock Slide off, switch in my Tox Packs, and then click Haze. Things like that. And then Dottler as well. Dottler can be pretty tricky. If Dottler shows up, we got to kind of remember that thing could be a potential threat, which you don't really think about, but it's a crazy Eviolite user. The last Pokemon we are bringing on the team is a little bit of speed control because we've got some fast mons, but we needed some naturally fast mons. We need just a little bit more speed. So we're bringing Kevin, the Rotom fan. He's your biggest fan, and he is mine. He is rocking his choice Scarf with the Levitate ability. Volt Switch, Air Slash, Defog, and Trick. 44 EVs in HP, 252 in special attack, 212 in speed with a timid nature. 212 EVs in speed with a timid nature allows us to outpace the Togekiss, as well as a +1 Togekiss. Volt Switch is pretty free if he doesn't bring Golurk or Volt Absorb Dracozolt. Air Slash is really nice because it has a 30% chance to flinch, and he doesn't really have much that wants to take it. Stonejourner, Dracozolt. Okay, Stonejourner and Dracozolt, the only two that want to take that. Defog is nice because he does have some rockers. We're not bringing our boots this week, so we do have 3 mons that are weak to rocks. So being able to defog is going to be really nice. And then tricking could be really cool too, depending on the Pokemon that he's got out. Depending on if it is like a supportive Togekiss, if it is a, scarfing Golurk, goes into Stealth Rocks, scarfing something like Stonejourner, scarfing something like Skuntank or Dottler probably. Those are going to be the ideas that we go forward from there, but that's going to be the team. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you guys have enjoyed, let me know your guys' thoughts on the team. Comment section down below. We're going to go on ahead and cut to the battle, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week 5 of the NCP Nimbus. The Detroit Steelings taking on my man OP Jellison and the Toronto Leaf Storms. You guys missed the team builder. You guys see the 6 that I'm bringing right down below here. You guys see Alola Ninetales, Beartic, Diggersby, Toxapex, Scrafty, and Rotom Fan. You guys see the 6 that I think my opponent's going to be bringing: Dracozolt, Keldeo, Celebi, Togekiss, Ditto, and Skuntank. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. If you guys are excited, show some love on the like button. Don't forget, you can pick up some merch for a limited time. We're going to press A at the starting signal, and hopefully our predictions on the team are just where we need them to be. My opponent does have a very similar team to what I anticipated. So we see Dracozolt, we see Keldeo, we see Celebi, we see Togekiss. I don't see Ditto, but instead I see Inteleon. So that's actually probably good news for us, if I'm being 100% honest. I am happy that it is Inteleon instead. Now this Inteleon's probably about to be really up. That Inteleon was pretty big. So we're just going to scale him down a little bit and put him right there. Perfect. And then let me make note of that here. Cool. So it's always good when there's not that many changes that need to be made on my end. So looking at his team, I do enjoy leading off with the Alola Ninetales. Just to get Veil off or get that. Alternatively, I could also lead off with Scarf Rotom. He could have Volt Absorb Dracozolt for an electric immunity, but I'm going to go on ahead and enter that here. And then let me just make some notes on what I know he's going to have. He's going to have Natural Cure on Celebi. Going to have Torrent on Inteleon. Justified on Keldeo. So he doesn't have any hazards, which is good for us. That's huge for us, actually, as he leads off with Inteleon. So that's not good, frankly. We do lead off with our Alola Ninetales, which will be able to set the hail up and get some chip damage here. Now, we have specially defensive Toxapex to take any hit this thing wants to go for. So what I'm going to do is just, he also could just U-turn, frankly. I feel like it's a pretty obvious play to just click, just go into Toxapex here. So let me see what, Specs Inteleon's going to hurt us. Like every day. Like Specs Hydro Pump has a chance to knock us out. And I feel like he should know I know that. I feel like he should know that I know that. Blizzard's pretty free, actually. But I'm just going to get up the Veil here. As he just goes for U-turn. That's what I thought. Okay. I thought that's the route he'd want to take on there. Could be Specs, could be Scarf, could be none of the above. But I figured that was the route that he would want to take on there, and he actually goes out in a Skuntank here. Maybe potentially to defog away my Veil, but we are going to have that here. Now, Skuntank can hurt us immensely. However, Blizzard's doing about 57 to 67 to this thing, and I think any chip damage I can get on this would be pretty beneficial. I'm just going to click Blizzard here. Non-invested HP. This is doing over. This is a 2-hit KO. And Sludge Bomb's also a pretty free play to go for here. Oh, that is defensive, and he shows play rough and misses, unfortunately. That is some specially defensive gobbledygook if I have ever seen it. Now, what that is going to let me do is that is going to let me go out into my... He's going to go for play rough. That's interesting. I don't think I knew that thing got play rough. I'm going to go out into Diggersby here and threaten this thing with an Earthquake. And there's the Poison Jab. So maybe it's AV Skuntank? Maybe it is AV Skuntank. Now, the thing is here is that Celebi and Togekiss are both very likely switch-ins to this thing. Body Slam is a great neutral ground play. But I'm going to go for Ice Punch here. Body Slam is an incredibly neutral play because he doesn't have anything that resists. He does switch out, and he is going to go out into Celebi. This Ice Punch is going to hurt, quite frankly. And based off Hail Turns, we'll be able to see who's faster, if he's an offensive or defensive. That is a defensive Celebi, and we get a freeze! Oh my god! So he is faster than us, but still defensive. Oh, OP, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am going to take this opportunity to go out into Blueberry and get a big Icicle Crash off on something. He is frozen solid. Oh, OP, I am so sorry. Hail unfortunately stopped. My Veil is still up. I am going to get my Hail up one more time. I'm going to get my Hail up one more time. Oh, man. The play rough miss into the Ice Punch freeze. I don't think the play rough miss was too consequential. But I do think the play rough, I do think the Ice Punch freeze was pretty big. He withdraws and goes out into Inteleon here. I am going to be able to get up the Hail, which is going to put me faster than Inteleon if he is not Scarf. And last time he knows that I stayed in here. And he is actually... Oh, well, I forgot. I'm not buffeted by that. So let me see here. Inteleon. 0 HP Inteleon. Play rough's doing 65 to 77, but if he stays in, that's going to hurt us. I am going to switch out into my Toxapex here on the off chance he does straight up attack me, because there's not one move that I can go for that will hurt him. And then depending on how he wants to play that from there, we will see what happens. I'm going to make a note here on Celebi. Faster than Diggersby. Does he just go for a U-turn again? He has Surf. So Drake's ult can definitely come in here. I think I've got one more turn of Veil. Drake's ult can definitely come in. I've got, yeah, one more turn of Veil. I don't think he would go Scun Tank on this, so I'm going to click Toxic. And I do think that that is Specs. I did not calc, but he goes out into Celebi here. So being able to get toxic damage on this thing will be nice. Specs question mark on Inteleon. So Celebi's going to take Hail. Celebi's going to take a little bit of toxic damage. And I can probably take one Psychic from regular Celebi. I can. And I can click Recover while that racks up. Question mark. Or I can go hard. Let me check my Hail turns really quickly. I have 2 turns left of Hail, no turns left of Veil. I am going to go out hard into Alolan Ninetales here and see what my opponent wants to do. He's got Stealth Rock. Okay. Oh, I forgot. He does have hazards available on this. Okay. So we do see Stealth Rock on Celebi here. I do have one more turn of Hail. I can go for my Veil here. He's going to take Hail and Toxic. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. I'm going to use this last turn of Hail to get another 8 turns of Veil up. Let's see what draws. That's fine. He's going to go out in a Scun Tank again. And we're going to get up another 8 turns of Veil here. So with the range that he is at, this might be a really good opportunity to go out into Diggersby and click Agility and start breaking mid-game. We're going to take a little bit of Rocks damage. We've already seen Play Rough and Poison Jab. He goes for another Poison Jab. So we resist that and we're through Veil. So that is not a big deal. I'm going to go for Agility here. And we're going to see just how much damage we can do around the team. He withdraws. And he goes out into Celebi. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. That is fine. I am going to go for Ice Punch here. And that should knock out Celebi. All right. Diggersby KOs Celebi with Ice Punch. What do you got for me next? Goes out to Inteleon. Okay, so Inteleon's already taken a little bit of damage here. I'm pretty sure Earthquake knocks it out, even if he is Vex or Scarf. Earthquake does knock it out. So if he's like running Scarf, I should be able to outspeed and click Earthquake here. And we do. All right. Dig KOs Inteleon with Earthquake. All right. So if that was Scarf Inteleon, it was really good that we did it to outpace Scarf Inteleon. Because now that is a huge wall breaker down that we do not have to worry about. Goes out into Happy. There's the Togekiss here. Togekiss. I think Ice Punch is going to be. Well, let's see here. Ice Punch is my best bet to hit this thing. We are through Veil. So we will 2-hit KO. As he goes for the Dazzling Gleam here. And that does not KO us through Veil. I think what I want to do here is go for a Body Slam. In case he goes out into like Keldeo or something to take that. He withdraws. Goes out in a Skun Tank. All right. We're going to knock out. There is aftermath damage, unfortunately, but we do knock out Skun Tank. All right. What did Togekiss have? Dazzling Gleam. Goes out into Keldeo. Okay. So here is where I need to click Earthquake and get a big boy roll and put as much damage in on this team as possible. All right, we are doing about 80 to 94. That is that. He does go for Secret Swords. Keldeo's going to knock out Diggersby. Diggersby just took out half the team. I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. And he has leftovers as well, which means I should be able to go for a Moonblast, frankly. Aurora Veil wore off. That is fine. I will go out into 9 Sails right now and set it back up again. We do see leftovers and Secret Sword. So yeah, I think my best play here is to go for Aurora Veil. As he withdraws and goes out into Dracozolt. Okay, so Dracozolt's going to take a little bit of hail damage if it is Scarf like I think it is. You know, that is one thing. We do have our Scrafty in the background. We do see the Dracozolt is buffeted by hail. Okay. So what that means is, well, actually, that doesn't mean anything. That does not mean anything. I am going to go out into Scrafty here and get the Intimidate off. I'm going to keep 9 Sails around for Veil support and for Hail support. Take a little bit of Rocks damage. We're going to get the Intimidate drop on him. And we see Bolt Beak. That is doing some big boy damage. It does not appear to be hustle boosted. It does not appear to be hustle boosted, which is very interesting. I almost want to double out in a Bear Tick right here. I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to double out in a Bear Tick. Oh, and we've got Veil Up. That could be hustle because I forgot we've got Veil Up. He withdraws, so we made the good play in going out to Bear Tick, and I think Bear Tick wins the deal for us. Because there's Happy. There is Happy. And Bear Tick should be able to pick this up for us. We do outpace Scarf Togekiss in Hail. I'm going to go for the Icicle Crash. We connect. And we knock out Togekiss. And we lose a little bit of our life orb. I think Bear Tick brings this home for us. Here comes Dracozolt. Dracozolt, if we're outspeeding Scarf Togekiss, we outspeed Scarf Dracozolt. I'm going to go for the Icicle Crash on this thing. Could be Yachi Berry. Could also not be, frankly. But we still have our Intimidator in the back, and we still have Veil Up, so. We're going to be able to get another Icicle Crash off. And Dracozolt goes down. And all that is left is that Keldeo. All that is left is Keldeo, and I don't think Keldeo is healthy enough to want to take a hit. Especially after that Earthquake. Especially after that Earthquake. So I am just going to go for a Brick Break here, which is doing 3643 to uninvested. Based off Earthquake damage, I don't think he has much HP investment. And I think Brick Break should finish the deal here. Oh, he is Scarf Keldeo. He is Scarf Keldeo. There we go. Okay. Keldeo. Did I not see? Oh, Hail ended, didn't it? Oh, Hail ended. Oh, man. KO's Beartic with Secret Sword. Man, oh, man. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We could have played to preserve, but that's going to be okay. Sub-Zero should be able to pick this up here with Moonblast. Should be able to pick this up here with Moonblast, and we are good to go. I was like, no, it's Scarf. No, it is not. It was the Hail just ended. So I'm going to go for Moonblast here. And that is going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to pick up our second win. And it is going to be a hell of a match. Hell of a match, my man, OP. I am so sorry about the play rough miss on the 9 sales early on. And the freeze on Celebi was very unfortunate. It did give me an opportunity to just give me that extra opportunity of breathing room. So GG's to my man. Hope you guys have enjoyed, guys. Go show him some love on his video. Go subscribe to him if you guys enjoy competitive Pokemon content. Hope you guys have enjoyed, because if you have, show some love on the like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more so you don't miss out on next week's battle. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. And I'll see you on the next video. Later.